Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack and today is another LEGO Weekly News update. Now we don't usually get into LEGO ideas this early into the segment, but because there are 2 new LEGO ideas sets that have been accepted, we thought we'd get into them right now. Now after a set receives 10,000 votes, it goes to the review stage, and once in the review stage, LEGO goes through a bunch of criteria to make sure it can actually be a feasible set. It's pretty hard to pass this stage, and most sets don't make it, but the results are in, and these are the 2 accepted sets. The first one here is Caterham Super 7. It's a very cool looking old British sports car, and I hope the final product that comes from LEGO doesn't have too many modifications, because this is a great looking set of cars. I'm not sure if both of these are going to be in the set or just one. Anyways, here is the second. Brick built Adventure Time figures by A Better Monkey. I know this is going to make a lot of fans really happy, and the builds look really cool. I don't know if this is on the table, but I do hope LEGO makes some custom minifigs to go along with these buildable figures. And in the same review video, they did announce that they're finally putting the nail in the coffin and not going forward with the F7A Hornet from Star Citizen. We liked that build and built it ourselves in a previous video, but I guess it didn't make the cut. And if any of you have seen the new Captain America Civil War trailer, there's a bit of a reveal. Now I'm not going to show you the reveal in the trailer, so if you still want to be surprised, there will be no spoilers. Sometimes the trailer alone is enough to give away some big stuff. But I only mention that because there is a 4th set that is officially listed on BrickSet.com, but the picture and name for it has not yet been revealed. Now with this last reveal in the trailer, there is some speculation as who's going to be in that set and why it wasn't revealed sooner. My guess is that even with the new reveal of this trailer, is that they still haven't shown everything. So we're still gonna have to wait and see what that last Marvel set is. For those of you that have been on the fence for buying a LEGO set or 2, March has a double VIP point system set up right now. It started a few days ago and it will be ending on the 22nd. And our last little bit of news for the LEGO Weekly Update is that Bricks Magazine issue 10 is now available. It takes a look at some of the biggest rivalries between superheroes and supervillains. We get a closer look at that 1960s Batcave set, and there's lots of custom building and LEGO articles as well. Now there's a little bit more LEGO news, but mostly I just want to point out that there's some really great articles that are popping up on the BrickSet.com. First, there is a review on the new balloon bottom piece. It came out in a few of those new Angry Bird sets, and I think it's become a part of the core LEGO system pieces. Also, there's an article that follows the disappearance of the famed 2x4 brick, and also BrickSet has uploaded and is in the process of uploading tons of really old LEGO catalog stuff. So if you want to see what LEGO ads and catalogs looked like from way back when, there's some really quality images provided on this site. Alright, now that's actually it for the LEGO news, so now we're going to move on to our custom creation segment where we take a look at some of our favorite builds that we saw throughout the week. First one up here is Eco Rover by John Blackford. This guy's got a ton of fun space builds, but this one was a little bit too creative and funny to ignore. And when I show it to you from this angle, you can see why it's called the Eco Rover. You can guess to where those tubes might be attached and how the rover is actually propelled. It's a great design and a very creative idea. I really like it a lot. This one here is called The Dream by KMbrickLabs. Now this one here is both strange and inventive, with some very nice building and some very colorful characters. And believe it or not, a lot of this stuff is actually hooked up to some gears, and when you spin the wheel here, these characters all come to life. Very cool, a little bit strange, and if clowns and circus themed things aren't really your cup of tea, then this dream might actually be a nightmare. Here are some builds by Ted Andes. This one here is called Blue, and it's a great setting. It seems to be some kind of futuristic mechanic shop, and this creative little walker. It's a nice build and a cool little scene. He also has this one here called Red. The majority of the background stays somewhat the same. I do like that that folded up projection screen has now flipped down. And she of course has a different motorcycle to match her outfit. Nice build for this 4-legged robot, but let's check out the last one. If the first one of these builds was called Blue, and the next one was called Red, then you guessed it, this one is called Olive. And I think this one's my favorite. It really does kind of follow a green theme. The robot looks a little bit more organic and bug-like. In the background we've got a plant, and this time her bike is a little bit more green friendly, and it's actually a bicycle. Very awesome creative little sci-fi builds. I really like all 3 of them. And this one here is called Lord of the Rings Tabletop Football. The name here is pretty self-explanatory, and it's a very fun creative design. It's a pretty simple looking build, not nearly as complicated as the Lord of the Rings pinball machine that somebody made a couple of weeks ago, but for some reason I gravitate more towards this build instead. Maybe I just like foosball more. Except to be perfectly honest, I don't know how well this thing would actually hold up if you tried to play with it. This here is called Little Boy by Calln, and it's a nice little rat rod. It's a very small build but has a really nice look, and this Flickr stream is full of great little builds like this. And this last one here is called Chinese Vintage Style by Delay Ice. I've never seen a style of build like this with a Halloween theme, but I think it fits really well. It seems a bit strange with that light pink and lime green bottom, but I think it creates a somewhat eerie and dreamlike atmosphere. I also really like that bamboo stock in the back. So that's it for this episode. Tune in same time next week for another LEGO Weekly News update. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.